Hello friends, Thrift Store Dave here. This week, happy to be reporting a what sold video. It was a very busy end of the year / beginning of the first quarter, January. And so I was able to sell a whole lot of things in pretty quick order. So I'm gonna go over these items and tell you what I paid for them and how much I sold them for. Let's begin. First off, we are going to start with some items that I bought and sold in December. First was a Chicago Bears stocking cap. It was new with original tags, paid $5 for it, was able to sell it for a quick $20. Happy about that. After that, we had a New York Mets lunchbox. I bought this in a lot of collectible related stuff online on shopgoodwill.com. Already made my money back on the whole lot and got $18 for this. In another lot on Goodwill, I was able to get a bunch of Boyd's Bears or stuffed animals. And this was, I believe, a Boyd's Bears brand. They're one of the few plushes that I find do have value that aren't really, really rare. And so got $22 for this one. After that, there was this lot of items, again on Goodwill, that I paid $73 for, all 90s related, Cleveland Indians related items. And I sold this clock in non-working condition for $18, and I've already made $40 on the whole lot of items and counting. After that is a piece that I was really happy that I found. I learned something important and interesting about vintage polo. I learned that rayon shirts that were beach-like from the 80s, 90s are very valuable, and I also learned what houndstooth pattern was. Paid $8 for the shirt, sold it for $69. After that, I was able to buy a lot of Enesco snowsicle figurines. 2 of them were signed by the artist, and I bundled them together, paid $5 for the 3 of them, but sold the lot for $25 pretty quickly. And then after that, I've got an interesting pair of micromachine cars that I sold. These were from my childhood home, and they are bolos. If you ever see micromachines out there on the hunt, you want deluxe micromachines whose doors open and close, the hoods and trunks open and close, and the X-ray series is the see-through ones that you're seeing there. Both of those add value, and as you saw, just these 2 cars alone together, I bundled and sold for $46. Next is another sale that I would consider a home run. I paid $18 up front for this Hugo Boss trench, but it was in great shape. It was a plus size and it sold very quickly for $80. So huge profit on that. Thank you so much for watching so far. Please like the video if you're enjoying its content. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you enjoy what you're watching. We're going to now do a rapid fire of neckties that I've sold, and then we're going to continue with additional items that I was able to sell. All right, necktie rapid fire. First, we have an XMI Platinum brand paisley tie. Was able to sell that for $21. That was from a lot that I've made over $200 on ties and counting. Then we got a Brucelee pattern tie. Paid $1 for it, sold it for $22. A Jaguar emblem stained tie. Still sold it for $12, even though I discovered the stain later. He paid less for it because he was going to get dry cleaned. Then we got a lot of 3 vintage paisley Robert Talbot ties. $3 for these, 45 sold. After that was a Rolex Pebble Beach tie that I found in a lot. I paid $56 to get just this one Armani tie. Didn't realize this one alone would sell for $100. And then of course, Trump signature collection ties always sell. Paid $1 for this one, sold it for $22. Switching back to regular merchandise, there is a Tednugent Motor City Madman t-shirt I found for $2 at my local thrift store. Someone always likes the Nuge, and someone paid me $18 for this. After that, we've got a vintage lot of brass drawer pulls. I got this whole box of them. How many of them? At least like 20, I believe, maybe pushing 30 for $5 at a neighborhood garage sale. Was able to flip the box to a person who likes to DIY for $30. After that, I was able to buy a lot of dudeperfect keychains. These are keychains that are for a YouTube group that does, I think, trick shots. And these were 3 for $1. I found a whole set of these together, so I bundled them as a lot of 5 and sold them for $15. My friend Cam bought a tub of these and found it before I could. So he's making hundreds of dollars on keychains of all things. After that, we've got a pair of Timberland slip-on shoes. These were their 1973 series, not made in that year, but that's what they call them. Paid $8 for them, so it was a reasonable price for a nice clean pair of shoes with good tread. Was easily able to flip them very quickly for $32. Next is a t-shirt that I paid $1 for at a neighborhood garage sale. It is a 2005 Chicago White Sox World Series t-shirt, but it's clearly a bootleg version because the players are mismatched on different teams, names are misspelled, but a local collector paid me $20 for it because no one else can find one like that. After that, I made really good money again on a trench coat. Same place I bought the Hugo Boss trench. I was able to get this, actually no, different store. This was at Goodwill. I was able to get a new with tags Newport Harbor trench. Not a big name brand, but only $9 to purchase. I flipped it for $50. After that, I've got a pair of Steve Madden cow hair leopard print shoes that I had been sitting on forever. This is when I first started buying shoes. Wasn't quite sure what I was doing, so I overpaid for these, but I still got out from under them. Having paid $16, I sold them for $25. 4 items left to go. Next we have a West Marine boating jacket. Paid only $4 for it in a nice clean condition. Very easy to flip for $30. After that, I found this old vintage Captain Midnight 6-pack of cassettes, audio cassettes. They were being sold in the VHS section of the store, 3 for $1. So 33 cents I paid for this, and I flipped it for $10. Great margin, but don't want to do that too often because it's a lot of effort to do listings to not earn a ton of money. Next, we've got another necktie. This I had sold fairly recently as I was producing this video. Ferragamo is a very popular silk brand tie, and this is cheetah pattern. So a lot of pattern ties will always sell. You may have to wait a little bit, but again, paid $1, sold it for $25. And then lastly, we've got a tax-free Facebook Marketplace cash transaction. I sold a Purdue University Santa doll to a Purdue University alum in my neighborhood. Paid only $3 for this, was able to sell it even after haggling for $25. Very happy with that profit. And that wraps it up. For all these items that I was able to sell in just a little over a month, I made exactly $800 on the nose. Really kind of cool how the numbers worked out. Very happy about my profit margins this time. Please, again, remember to like the video, share it with others who you think might enjoy picking and reselling, and subscribe if you haven't. I am going to be taking a break of 1 to 2 weeks now between this and my next video because it's tax season. Unfortunately, eBay has now got a policy where you have to declare anything that you have in sales over $500 to the IRS as taxable income. You can include what you paid for items, but now I have to go through a lot more bookkeeping in order to report that and then pay what I owe to the government. In years past, the limit was $20,000, so a lot of people who do this as a hobby like I do would be able to do it and not have to worry about the tax implications. But thanks to our government's bureaucracy, now I get to add this as another set of data for my accountant, and I got to get to work on it. All right, so unfortunately, see you guys in a few weeks, but I will have lots of content to come, so don't forget about my channel. I'm going to have a lot of items sold while I'm off doing taxes, and so lots of goodies to come. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Thrift Store Dave.